Today we're making these vanilla cupcakes which are topped with a flour-based buttercream, and I honestly think you'll love it. We're starting off with our sugar as well as our fats, which is a combination of butter and oil, since butter will give us the flavor while moisture is added with the oil. I'm whisking that for 2 minutes before adding in my room temperature egg and letting that mix until it's nice and smooth. We can then add in the rest of our wet ingredients and letting that mix before adding in our dry. I have my cake flour as well as my baking powder and salt, and I'm mixing this gently until it forms a smooth batter which looks something like this. It's then into our cupcake tin, and I love using an ice cream scoop since it makes things much easier. And then it's into the oven at 170°C. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this is a flour-based buttercream, so we're adding in our sugar as well as our flour. I'm then adding in my cold milk, and while it is off the heat, I'm mixing that to combine before increasing the heat to medium. I then kept whisking, and eventually it formed a thick paste which looks something like this. And then into a bowl and covering with cling wrap before letting it come to room temperature. After 20 minutes, our cupcakes are done baking, and while they're cooling, let's move on to the rest of our buttercream. After adding in my softened butter, I then whisk this up for about 5 minutes. I also added in a teaspoon of vanilla essence, and once that was nice and fluffy, I then added that paste in 3 parts, while also scraping the bowl after each addition to make sure that everything is incorporated. Now the buttercream may look curdled at first, and this is completely normal. Just keep whisking and the mixture will eventually emulsify into something that's light and fluffy like this. Just look at how smooth that is. Now the best way to describe this buttercream when it is at room temperature is a sort of whipped cream or mousse. It's super fluffy and not too sweet. So if you are a fan of buttercreams that are less sweet, you should definitely give this a go. All that's left to do is top it with some sprinkles, and now it's time to enjoy.